Hey everybody, I'm your host Kai, and it's time for a reaction video of Am I the Asshole? So we're going to look at some of the Am I the Asshole posts and decide whether the person is an asshole or not. So let's jump into the video.
So the first Am I the Asshole post is, Am I the asshole for not picking the restaurant my cousin wanted? I, 25 female, just received a great promotion at work and am really excited about it. Because of this, I decided to invite some family out to dinner to celebrate. I chose a steakhouse, and when my cousin area 32 female found out it was steakhouse, called to let me know that I had to pick a different restaurant. Well, right there, for instance, like the fact that she thought you had to pick a different restaurant, you're celebrating your promotion, not hers. So I don't know why she's insisting that, you have to pick a different restaurant. That's kind of, a bitch move right there. But anyways, it says, when I asked why, she explained it was because she was vegan, gluten-free, and also had a few allergies and couldn't trust that they wouldn't cross-contaminate her food. The vegan thing is a choice. Like, it's not something necessarily she has to do. The gluten-free, I've noticed not everybody has gluten intolerance. A lot of people just do it because it's a trend now, and they think it's healthier and whatnot, and they claim to have a gluten, where people that actually have gluten issues, that causes, stomach problems and whatnot, but I doubt your cousin actually needs a gluten-free thing. A lot of people claim to be gluten-free and claim to, have that kind of issue just because it's now the cool thing to do. And has a few allergies and couldn't trust that they couldn't cross-contaminate her food. Well, okay, for somebody who's worked in food before, you can always ask the cook and to make sure that they use, clean utensils, clean cutting board, clean everything to make sure to prevent any cross-contamination and make sure that the food allergies you have don't end up happening. I explained to her that there were vegan and gluten-free options, and we could let the restaurant know of her allergies so everything would be fine. And well, yeah, right there, you explained to her that there were vegan and gluten-free options, so I don't see the issue of why your cousin couldn't still go there, especially since all they'd have to do is inform the cook that, hey, my cousin had this, allergy. Can you make sure that none of these particular products that she can't have are at all anywhere near the food she, is going to eat? She refused, saying it doesn't make a difference, and told me if I don't pick a different restaurant, she wouldn't attend, and hung up. Okay, problem solved. She doesn't attend. Now you can, go wherever, because that's on her. You gave her an option. You gave her a back thing that she could do. That was an option, and she's like, no. This happened in the past as well, so she has a reputation of doing this. Gotcha. Whenever I want to go out to a restaurant, whether it's for an event or birthday, she has an issue with it and has been doing this since I was younger. I remember when I turned 16, she told my parents that I had to pick a restaurant, that I picked a restaurant she couldn't eat at. Because of this, my parents let her pick where we went for my birthday, and she picked one of my least favorite restaurants, and I had no fun. Well, in that particular instance, it was your birthday, so screw your cousin. It's your birthday. You get to choose where you want to go. So on that particular instance, that was kind of messed up. To be honest, I don't really care if she attends or not. So I texted her to let her know I wouldn't be changing the restaurant. Because of this, she's been going absolutely feral and texting others to not attend because I'm being inconsiderate. I've been asked maybe if I can change the restaurant for her preferences, but I denied. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. She's the asshole. So let's see what some of the people say in the comment section. So this person says, not the asshole. I'm a vegetarian and gluten-free. If I'm invited to a restaurant to celebrate for someone else's special occasion, all I need to know is that there is at least one veggie, gluten-free option on the menu for main course and for dessert. More than one is nice, but it's not essential if someone else's party time. Admittedly, if I'm picking the restaurant for my celebration, I'm going to pick one where lots of veggie, gluten-free options on the menu. But for someone else's pick, all I really care is that I'm not going to be sitting there with a sad salad while everyone else is having a really good meal. But also, if someone picks a restaurant for a party I know I'm not going to be able to find anything to eat, I'll just let the host know I won't be able to attend. No big deal. They like the restaurant and it's their party, so I send my good wishes and don't go. It's your party. You can cry if you want to. No, but anyways, yeah, this person who's a vegetarian also agrees with you that you're not the asshole. Like this person, your cousin, that's on them. Like you gave them options. It just seems like they want to force what they believe you should be doing onto you, which is not right at all. And so, yeah, you're not the asshole. they're the asshole because they're like, oh, well, because I'm, vegan and I want, gluten-free, only gluten-free options, you have to eat here. This other person says, OP, not the asshole. She has showed her true colors repeatedly. She wants to control everyone's life and spoil things for everyone. No room for compromise. Do not invite her again. I think I would uninvite her, and I would also go no contact. Also point out that this is a celebration of you and your success, and you are footing the bill. Since you are paying, you get to choose. Also, clearly state it isn't going to be a repeat of your ruined 16th birthday where she forced a restaurant you hated and ruined it. The party will be at a steakhouse for those that wish to attend and celebrate with you and the rest. Well, you know what your importance is to them for future reference. Yeah, like this person says, is just tell them, guess what? You don't want to go, you're not going to get to go. Problem fucking solved. This person also says, not the asshole. It's your celebration. You get to decide where you hold the party. You shouldn't let one guest dictate where you can eat. There are options for people with dietary restrictions. Many restaurants do have vegan and gluten-free options these days. She can also go ask about bringing her own food. You offered to contact the restaurant beforehand and see how they could accommodate her. That's all you had to do. If she doesn't feel this is enough or she doesn't want to attend, she isn't obligated to be there. Given the way she's acting, I wouldn't invite her to future events. Yeah, I wouldn't invite her anywhere. I wouldn't invite her to your funeral. I would say, you know what, bitch, you're not invited to my funeral when I die. Though she'd probably be glad that you were dead the way she's acting. But yeah. I wouldn't invite her to anything that you have in the future. And any of your family members that think that that's an issue, don't invite them either. Because she's making this all about her, and this is your promotion, not her promotion. If she doesn't like it, she can sit and spin on a pixie stick. Wait, pixie stick? I don't know. She can sit and spin. I don't know why it's a pixie stick. Am I the asshole for reporting my friend to the university after he cheated using my notes? I, 22 male, am in med school and have this friend. Let's call him Jake. Let's call him Cheater. Since he cheated. Anyways, we've studied together a few times and I shared my notes with him before a big exam. I made them myself with diagrams, explanations, and even some I don't know what that word is. Anyways, I came up with. A few weeks later, one of our professors used one of my made-up mnemonics in a lecture crediting an anonymous student. I was confused. Turns out Jake had submitted my notes with his name on them to the professor's student tips portal where students can share study tips for extra credit. He didn't even mention me. I confronted him. He brushed it off and said, "It's just notes, chill." So I reported it to the academic honesty office since it technically falls under plagiarism. Now he's under investigation and might lose the extra credit or worse. Our mutual friends are calling me petty and saying I could have just talked to him. Am I the asshole? No, your mutual friends and him are the asshole. He took the thing you made up and then claimed it was his own. That's literally plagiarism. That'd be like me writing Harry Potter and then claiming I created Harry Potter. You can't do that. That's plagiarism. So no, you're not the asshole for reporting your friend. Your friend, fucked around, and now your friend is finding out. So yeah, you are not the asshole. But let's see what some of the people say and see if they think you're the asshole. Am I the asshole for refusing to cover my tattoos for my boyfriend's family dinner? Yes, we don't even need to read that. No, you're not the asshole. Like I said, yes, we don't need to read that, but no, you're not the asshole.
I thought you were saying yes, you wanted that.
No.
You little piece of shit, you want the asshole. Actually, fuck you. I don't like people that do that shit.
So anyways, the post goes, I, 21 female, a girl who's had several tattoos, some big and quite visible. My boyfriend, 26 male, met me like that and I hadn't had any problem with it. He invited me to go to dinner with his family and I accepted, but he casually mentioned maybe you could wear something with sleeves just so we don't start any drama. Start any drama over what? I asked what he meant, and he said his grandparents are very old school and might not react well to my tattoos. He said he didn't want the night to be awkward. I told him I wasn't going to hide part of myself to make his family more comfortable. He said it's not about hiding. It is about hiding because he wants you to hide your tattoos. What else would he call that? It's about respect. I told him respect goes both ways, and you're correct. Respect does go both ways, and I shouldn't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. He got upset and said I was overreacting and making a big deal than it is. I told him that I would go to the dinner, but I would not cover my tattoos. But then he asked me to please not attend, that if I was going to be difficult, would be better for me not to be there. He's the one being difficult. He wants you to cover up your tattoos, and as long as it's not anything controversial, like, something that's like, hate symbols or something messed up, or even a middle finger or something else, I don't see the issue. That really rubbed me the wrong way and made me feel confused, because I think maybe I did behave badly and I shouldn't have reacted so vehemently against the idea. I don't want to cause drama with his family, but I've had a hard time feeling comfortable in my own skin and learning to deal with the stigma people have towards me because of my tattoos, and I don't want to go back and hide again. Plus, I don't think I'd be honest with family if I don't show myself as I'm not. So am I the asshole for refusing to cover my tattoos for of you having tattoos at all? Like, he knew that you have tattoos. That's a part of who you are. If he can't accept that part of you, then he doesn't accept any of you. And someone commented, I don't think anyone is the asshole. It just seems your values don't align on this issues. He values not rocking the boat, and you value your individual expression. There's also the expectation that if his family starts saying nasty things about you, it's his duty to bridge between you and them to defend you and handle the conflict, which is a form of labor he might not be ready or willing to do at this point. I suggest you both sit down and explain what needs are and what are not being met, and find some way to honor both your perspectives. It might be that you cover your tattoos the first time you go, and then don't cover them after a certain period of time, either after the first meeting or a set number of meetings. It might mean you cover your tattoos, but find some time to show them and bring them up. This is the perfect thing to practice compromise and communication. I agree with some of those parts, but I don't agree with the covering up your tattoos. I mean, if your values don't match, then, obviously maybe it's time to, end the relationship before it gets even more serious. If he's not into that and you are, then obviously you're not compatible. Would I be the asshole if I cut off someone I suspect might be a thief without confronting him? I, 23, female, am considering ending things with someone I've been seeing, 25, male, because I and my friend suspect he might be involved in a recent robbery that happened at my place. Here's the backstory. My apartment was robbed last month, and my phone, my laptop, and some cash were stolen. The guy I'm seeing was the last person at my apartment that night, although he didn't enter. After the robbery, he went MIA for 4 days without any support or contact. The other thing that's bothering me is the fact that he's been to my place countless times when I, on the other hand, don't even know where he stays. My friends think he might be involved in a robbery due to his suspicious behavior and lack of support afterward. I'm torn because I don't want to accuse him without proof, but I also don't feel comfortable continuing the relationship with these doubts.
Then this is easy. Stop being friends with them. Just say that you don't feel comfortable being friends with them, and never talk to him again.
I'm planning to cut him off without I plan to cut him off without confronting him directly about the robbery. Would I be an asshole for doing so? Well, if you suspect that he's the one that robbed the place, and I mean, it seems like the evidence covers that he did rob the place, I would cut contact with him, or at least sit him down and have a talk with him, see if is there any correlation between this behavior? Like, have you been suspicious of him before? That, you suspect that he might be capable of this behavior? Because, I mean, if so, then, yeah, you should cut him off. Someone commented, not the asshole. Even if he has nothing to do with the robbery, for him to go missing after it happened and not be there to support you after such a traumatic event is a massive red flag to me. And that is true. He should have been there for you after you went through this ordeal, and he wasn't. So even if the person did not, that you're involved with, did not actually rob you, the fact is that he took off after you were going through a lot of things and didn't bother to be there. So, I mean, personally, yeah. I would have second thoughts about confronting him. It would just escalate and stress you out more. My advice would be to get your locks changed and then dump him. Find someone you trust and who's going to be there for you in times of crisis. Yeah, and even if he didn't rob you, you don't trust him, so you should just end the relationship, because if you don't trust him, then what's the point of having a relationship with him? Am I the asshole for refusing to give my little brother the car after I turned 18?
No. Skip. This one's obvious. No. Fuck your little brother. They're a piece of shit. They can buy. If they're old enough to buy a car and they have their driver's license, make them buy their own car or give them the money. Like, why do you need to share your car?
I just turned 18, and my parents have been pushing me to get my old car to my 16-year-old brother as a gift.
Skip. skip this bullshit car. Just give them, if you have enough money, and just lend them the money. See, I'm trying to chill out before I say some fucked up shit. Ask your parents for like some money and combine it with yours and give it to your little brother and something like that.
The thing is, I worked part-time jobs for 2 years to help pay for that car. It wasn't fully a gift from them. Now that I'm 18, I want to keep it while I save up for something better. My parents say I'm being selfish and he needs it more now since I'm an adult and should start figuring things out myself. I feel like they're trying to guilt trip me into giving up something I worked hard for.
No. They're trying to kick you out of the house, man. Don't believe what they say. They're trying to kick you out.
Am I the asshole for saying no? No, it's your car. You're allowed to do whatever you want with it.
Sounds like they're trying to actually kick him out of the house because that he's an adult and stuff.
The thing is if your brother's 16, your brother's old enough to get a job. Am I the asshole for telling my mom it wasn't cute or funny to dress me as a hot dog instead of a princess? Wait, why'd she dress you as a hot dog? So there's this new Target commercial going around where a little girl dresses as a hot dog and it came on while my family was watching a scary movie. I, 20 female, am home from college for the weekend and brought
I just imagine like them watching like Scream or like Jason or something like that, and then just all of a sudden an ad pops up of a girl in a fucking hot dog suit dancing around. Just cutting them off from their like terrifying horror movie. Just goes from to happy, and then it just cuts back to fucking horror.
Right. And my mother decided it'd be hilarious to mention that she had made me a hot dog costume as a kid, except the way she told the story, it was my request. She said that all the girls wanted to be Disney princesses, but I asked to be a hot dog, so she'd gone out of her way to make that costume.
Who was...
This is not what happened, and I said as much. What actually happened is what I wanted to be Snow White and told everyone, including the teachers, that I was going to be Snow White. I was obsessed with the movie as a kid to the point where I would actually get invested in doing chores because I was cleaning up just like Snow White. My dad and I would watch the movie all the time, and I was excited to be Snow White for Halloween, especially because the ballet studio was doing a special princess dance for Halloween. And we all signed up for special princess slots, and I had shown up early with my dad the week before so I could get to be Snow White. My mother decided that she wanted to be quirky and that Snow White was a bad role model after I got in trouble for trying to cook dinner for my family. My mother decided that she wanted to be quirky and the Snow White was a bad role model after I got in trouble for trying to cook dinner for my family. I was about 8 and I tried to make hot dogs like she had made food for the dwarves in the movie, and I made a mess. My mom surprised me on the day of this with crappy hot dog suit.
The day of my funeral. I told you my mind's fucked up.
And told me if I didn't wear it, she'd never let me watch Snow White again. She took a million pictures. The other girls teased me.
There's many other princess movies. Watch Frozen.
She took a million pictures. The other girls teased me for months, and it was one of the most humiliating moments of my childhood. I told the real story and mentioned that I got through the day by pretending she was the evil queen making me dress in rags, but the rags happened to be a garbage meat costume. She got really quiet after that, and we left. My brother says she was crying and looking at the pictures from that Halloween. I didn't want to make my mom cry, but it's a shitty memory for me. I didn't want to make my mom cry, but it's a shitty memory for me, and it felt like she was trying to humiliate me all over again in front of my boyfriend. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you wanted to be Snow White, and she wanted you to be some shitty-ass, pig product.
Sorry. Food. That made me hungry now.
Am I the asshole for choosing my roommate's business over a big family reunion after how my family acted? About 3 years ago, I left my ex. He wasn't a horrible guy or anything, but I was unhappy. He was obsessed with the video game and did some weird things on it. We had a dead bedroom, and he wouldn't work on it. And we just shifted into roommates, really. I didn't have enough saved for my own place, but I knew if I didn't leave, I'd end up stuck. I'd asked members of my family if I could stay with them until I had things figured out and had a plan for roughly 1 month up to 2 months. They all declined, so I lived in my car for a while. My family is big on pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. No hands out, except the consequences of your actions, so I was not surprised. I did not have local friends to ask. Thankfully, after a few months, my high school friend Penny moved back to town and invited me to be a roommate, and that's where I am now. Now for the conflict. My mom asked me what I was doing in August because they were trying to get everyone to Florida for a family reunion. They made reservations
Why
and
Florida? That's the worst spot ever. I'm not trying to be like mean to any people like Florida watching this, but have you seen the fucking? I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
Have you seen the fucking giant ass spiders over there, man?
They made reservations and things under the assumption I'd go. A while ago, Penny asked me if I could help her out at her craft fair this year. She does 10, 15 of them, and it's a big to-do. She sells gorgeous jewelry and ceramics. I gladly accepted. I told my mom that I had plans over the summer and wouldn't be able to come. She got angry with me and asked me what plans could be better than a trip to Florida. I explained what I'd be doing, and
Everything. I'm not trying to be mean. I gotta shut up.
I explained what I'd be doing, and she scoffed. She told me that this was probably the last time we'd all get to be with some of the older family. She said I have no sense.
Alright, that's fine with me.
She said I have no sense of familial obligation. Suddenly, there's a family obligation for me to pay to travel to Florida and spend time with people who wouldn't even help me out when I needed it.
Pay? Oh, no. And then I'm definitely not going if I have to pay for shit.
I went to family dinners where at the end of the night, I'd leave and go sleep in my car in the Walmart parking lot and nobody blinked. I brought that up to my mom and she immediately said that my bad choices are why I end up living in my car and they were not required to coddle me as a grown woman. I said it goes both ways. She said I was being petty and being a brat. I ended the call. My sister later called me about it and asked me what my problem was and why I'm still holding ancient grudges against the rest of them and how this trip was supposed to be a big reset for the family. I do know that there are a few members of my family I probably wouldn't see again if I don't go. This is the main reason. I wonder if I'm just holding on to hurt or if it's justified for me to do this. Am I the asshole?
I mean, you just got through a breakup.
No, you're like not the asshole. They weren't there for you and told you good luck on sleeping in your car, so...
And you just got through a breakup. Sorry, my fucking brain broke.
So one person commented and said, tell her, a vacation at this time is a financially poor decision and you have no inclination to make another bad decision where you may need help and cannot count on family. This trip is not something that you budget for and was sprung on you in the last minute without even asking if it was feasible for you, and you have prior commitments. Yeah, I mean, since you're the one having to pay for it and they're not going to help you pay for it, then yeah. And then person goes, you could add, you abandoned me when I needed you the most, this friend helped me out. So, yeah, you could also say that. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend not to waste my money? Am I the asshole for feeling disrespect over a lighter?
No.
A few days ago, I bought a pack of lighters. One day when I was with my girlfriend, she takes a couple without my knowledge. Later telling me she took the case because she likes the colors. A few days later, she tells me she gave that lighter to a stranger because it was hers and she can do what she wants with it. And I don't have any use for it. I get annoyed because the thing is, she never asked if she could have them, and I never gave her them. But since she's my girlfriend, automatically that's what makes it okay. Am I the asshole for telling her that's disrespectful because I didn't buy those lighters for them to be given away to strangers? And if she had no use for them, why couldn't she give them back to me? She says it's only a lighter and I overreacted, but I don't like wasted money and they weren't hers to give away in the first place, in my opinion. Just because it's not a lot of money doesn't mean it's not wasted money. Am I the asshole for getting irritated at her insensitivity to basically flush a few dollars down the toilet? No, I mean, if she wasn't going to use them, then she should have just gave them back and definitely not gave it to a stranger. So no, you're not the asshole. Would I be the asshole for telling my boyfriend's parents I'm not his babysitter? Well, no, because you're not his babysitter. I, 23 female, have been dating my boyfriend, Josh, 29 male, for 2 years. We live together as well. Recently, his parents have started asking me to get him to do things. Make sure Josh goes to the dentist for his cracked tooth. Make sure Josh updates his passport. Or make sure Josh changes his pet food for his cat. We don't like the brand. Or make sure Josh does his taxes. You need to sit with him and help. The most recent thing has been convincing Josh to get a new job in an unrelated field because Josh's parents don't feel like he makes enough money. Josh makes $70,000 and I make $110,000, so we are doing fine. Typically, I respond with some variation of, I'm fully capable, Josh can figure it out himself, and if not, it'll be a good learning experience for him. But then that hasn't stopped Josh's parents. Now I'm planning on being a little harsher and telling them I'm not his babysitter and leave me out of their concerns. Would I be the asshole for saying that? Is there anything else I should do differently? So no, you would not be the asshole. You're not only not his babysitter, but he needs to learn to do things for himself.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for stalking my ex even though I have a boyfriend? Yes. We don't even have to read the rest of it. We're not even going to read the rest of it. We're just going to say...
Stalking's wrong, no matter what.
Yeah, you're stalking someone. So yes, I don't know what how you were stalking, but you're stalking your ex and you have a boyfriend. I think your boyfriend needs to know that you're stalking other people because apparently you're not over.
Break up with you immediately. Just stop being in relationships.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously you have an issue with stalking people, so we're not even gonna bother reading that. That's it of this one.
Never mind, it's gone. I forgot we threw that shit away.
All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dementia.
We don't even need to read that. Just no, you're not the asshole. Like I said, yes, we don't need to read that, but no, you're not the asshole.
I thought you were saying yes, you wanted that.
No.
You little piece of shit. You don't want an asshole. Actually, fuck you. I don't like people that do that shit.
So anyway, start a new drum over what? I mean, as long as your tattoos don't like...
Oh, I know. They don't like people that don't have sleeves.
But anyways...
People without sleeves, they really hate people without any sleeves. Like any shirt without sleeves, they really hate them.
I asked what he meant, and he said he's refusing to cover my tattoos for dinner.
Only if they knew me. I hide from the FBI every day. Alright, I gotta shut up before the FBI watches this and actually think it's true. I'm gonna be wanted on accident. Schizophrenia.
I don't have schizophrenia.
Sure, you know, man.
Just because I'm recording doesn't mean I suffer from schizophrenia.
Yeah, but you do YouTube videos. Even when I'm not in here and I'm asleep or something, you just make YouTube videos. So you're talking to yourself. You have schizophrenia.
Okay.
All YouTubers have schizophrenias. Even the ones that live stream, because they're talking to themselves until they look at chat. But when they're not looking at chat, they're talking to themselves. So that's schizophrenia.
Okay, I'm going to record now. I am recording. Well, I'm going to actually record, and this will just be in the some other part.
Bloopers.
Am I the asshole for refusing to give my little brother the car after I turned 18?
No. Skip. This one's obvious. No. Fuck your little brother. They're a piece of shit. They can buy... If they're old enough to buy a car and they have their driver's license, make them buy their own car. Or give them the money. Like, why do you need to share your car?
Tell me what you really think of your little brother.
You might be demonetized, sorry. Loading piece of shit on your YouTube channel.
What?
Yep. I just pop up randomly on your YouTube channel. Like, hey guys, what's poppin'? And then I just disappear for like 2 years straight. And then I reappear for all of a sudden, like, a entire new voice. Cracking. Way more fucked up for some reason. Cause like, before I would like be like, oh god, happy. Now I'm just like fucked up. And like, fucking, it's been like 3 years since I was last talking. 2?
Not this one, but on my other YouTube channel, yes.
Yeah, they're gonna recognize my ass real fast and be like, holy shit, he's really changed since the last like few years. He's really become oh, how did I say this?
A total asshole.
A fucking ass.
That's my asshole son.
Wait, is this recording? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Screen's black.
The fuck's wrong with black, huh? You racist motherfucker!
Nothing's
Get the fuck out! I'm taking over your YouTube channel.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's all we have time for the video. Tell me in the comment section down below if you thought any of these people were the asshole. I'd love to hear your feedback, and we hope to have another Am I the Asshole video very soon. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future Am I the Asshole videos, which we plan to have more. We plan to have like tons of videos in the playlist that this is in of more Am I the Asshole content, and soon I'm going to be doing the content for Am I Overreacting, because it's similar to Am I the Asshole content, so that'll be on this channel soon. And of course the usual LGBTQ content like Accidental Ally, Are the Cis Okay, and Accidental Pride Flag. More of that content also coming up, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future content just like that. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've been your host Kai. Until next time, peace out.